Hello, I'm Derek, and welcome to Hindsight 101, where you'll learn about things that will help you in everyday life. Now, in the summer of 2025, I got myself a Starlink Mini, and it has been invaluable for me for when I travel. That's mostly what I use it for, either traveling in the car or when I get to my destination. Usually doesn't have very good internet or no internet at all, so this helps out quite a bit. Now, there have been accessories that I needed to make this function the way I wanted to, and I want to talk about those accessories with you. Real quick, if you like what you see and you haven't got your Starlink yet, you can support the channel by signing up with my affiliate link, and you'll get a credit. And guess what? I also get a credit too. So I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now, the first accessory I got was a rack mount for my car. And the reason why I got this one is because I feel a little bit better about this. I've never been a big fan of either suction cups on top of the car or magnets. That's just personal preference, not to say they don't work, it's just me. So I feel a little more secure with having this locked down into place with an actual something that I can screw down instead of a hope and a prayer with a magnet or a suction cup. You know, again, just my opinion. So as you can see back here, it's just a little knob you twist. Take that off like so, we're good to go. And I can secure it down. Make sure it's on there nice and tight. And then I have a cable running from here all the way down into my car. The one thing that I will say about this adapter is it's very hard to get off of the Starlink Mini. So just to give you a little background, usually the adapters that go into this are made out of plastic, so they have a little bit of flex to it, because basically all it is just some pressure and these two little grooves you're sliding the adapters in to make them fit into the Starlink Mini. But because this is made out of metal, there is very little flex. So trying to get this thing off is a little bit of a hassle. So I definitely want to let people know that up front. I don't do it that often, so I'm okay with it. But know that it does take a little bit of force to get it off. And if that's a problem for you, then I would suggest something else. So one thing that I quickly learned after taking this on one road trip is I learned about pebbles. A lot of things would hit and nick this thing. It didn't really damage it. You just saw a few little indents in it, so nothing that would permanently cause it damage that it wouldn't work. But over time, I think that would start to wear and tear. So I got a rubber case on it to protect it from those little things and from the weather and elements, stuff like that. So that was just something, again, that I wanted just for personal protection. This is made out of plastic, very strong plastic, but it's still plastic. So I wanted to get a little buffer between that and the elements. So next I have a cable. It's a 3-prong cable, so a 3-in-1 cable that runs from the Starlink into my vehicle. I have a 12-volt plug in the back of my car, so that makes it very convenient that I don't have to run it to the front of my car and have to reroute it, and so it gets in the way of people. So for this, it's a short cable. That's what I wanted. I didn't want a lot of extra slack, but I just wanted enough slack to get from here to the 12-volt port that's right here. And it has 3 plugs. I don't really like 3 plugs because if the one end breaks, you lose all 3. But since it's so inexpensive and it's convenient, I did go with that. It has, like I said, the 12-volt plug, USB-C, and the regular Starlink plug. So I can use that for various different things that I need it for, and that works out great. As you can see here, I have it running from the door and all the way down. And like I said, here is the other plugs that come with it that I can use for a variety of things. And then it's just plugged in right here. Now, speaking of these plugs, a lot of these plugs will not supply enough power to the Starlink Mini for long cable runs. For something short like this, it'll be fine. But to explain it a little crudely, basically, the power coming out of here might be enough power for the Starlink Mini. But as you get a longer, like 50-foot cable, I think that's what comes with the Starlink Mini, the power will slowly decrease and it won't be enough power to power the Starlink Mini. So you want to get something like this. And this one is, for lack of a better word, a booster. And this will boost the power and give you more power for those longer runs. Like I said, for something short like this, something standard like this is no problem. But when you have that long, like 50-foot run, you're going to need something that will give it that extra oomph to make sure it's being powered. So now for this second mount that I got, it mounts on the inside with suction cups. So the Starlink Mini works better at a slant, and for most SUVs, they have windows that are flat in the back, up and down. So I know this is in the front. I don't really like putting it in the front. I'd rather have it in the back. But for demonstration purposes, I'm putting it in the front of a vehicle. And right here, you can see that it's at as a slant so it can reach the sky much better than if it was flat like this. It wouldn't really reach the sky, so I wouldn't get a good signal. And I like that because it's inside. I don't have to worry about it being outside. I don't mind suction cups when they're outside because the only place it's going to fall is inside, not down the street and around the corner. So it's very simple to put together, very easy, and it's just a secure way to have it in the car instead of outside when I don't have a roof rack, as you can see here. Now, taking a look at this, it has quite a few knobs that you can adjust to keep it securely in place. And then here there's like a little flip tab to make the suction work, so you don't need to just lick it. It actually, you just pull this, I can show you, and then push it down, and there you go. And to get it off, you would take this off and then peel this back, and you can take it off. It's a little hard with one hand, but there you go. There you go, just like that. And then it just sits just like that, and you can adjust it depending on the angle of your window and stuff like that, because this moves right here. It's on a ball mount. So this is the cable that comes with the Starlink. You see it has a barrel plug on the end, so I can really only use it with adapters that have a barrel plug. And the Starlink comes with this wall outlet, and you just plug it in like so. But I need options because I'm not always near a wall outlet. So this is where this little adapter comes in. I like the fact that it's USB-C, and then all it does is just plugs into here, and there you go. Now I don't have to get a whole new cable. I can get a shorter cable I want, or whatever I want to do with it, and I just put this adapter in it, and it just changes it to USB-C. And the good thing about that is I could plug it into this power bank like this, a power station. I have a lot of options that I can use, whereas with this barrel plug, I can only use items that will fit this. So your Starlink Mini in the package comes with a pole adapter. So I like having a little stand, just makes it a little easier to reposition it in case you need to get a certain angle or whatever. Instead of throwing it on the ground, it being lopsided, especially in the grass, makes it very hard to get the proper angle. But with this stand, I can set it anywhere. I can adjust the legs if something's uneven to make it even. So this just comes in handy, and it just screws in on the bottom. So this next item might be a little niche because I have a lot of video gear. So it's a 1/4 inch adapter. It has 3 holes in the back, and you could screw a light stand into it. I have a lot of these. I have ones taller than this. So if I need to get over maybe some bushes or over a crowd of people or anything like that, I can have this up above to get a better signal than that smaller one that I had low on the ground. And then I have sturdier stands than this as well, but you know, this is perfect. It keeps everything up. It's faced towards the sky, and I'm only 5'10", so plenty of space. So what I have right now is basically just a simple power tool battery adapter. I have Ryobi, so that's what I use, or Ryobi, depending on how you say it. But you can get it for any of the big name brands, Milwaukee, Makita, it doesn't matter. And it's just basically an on and off switch on the back, and then you plug this into the Starlink, and you're good to go. Now, you know, these batteries will only last you from 1 to a couple of hours, depending on the size of the battery, but I have 10, 12 of them, I can't even remember. So these will last a lot longer than the 1 or 2 battery banks that I have. So I like using stuff that I already have than having to buy a whole bunch of new stuff. So this allows me to use all my Ryobi batteries. So you might wonder what this odd gray box piece of equipment is. This thing is a Lifesaver. It's probably one of the most expensive things out of all these accessories that I got, but it's well worth the money. So for me, my Starlink isn't dedicated to on top of my house or wherever. Some people put it on an RV, stuff like that. Like I said, I travel with it, so it's not stationary. But for this helps out a lot. So say I lose power at my house and I don't have internet. So with this, I could fire up the Starlink, put that outside, but what I can do is right here, I can run an Ethernet cable, the cable that gives you internet. I can run that in here, and I can run it as long as I want from inside the house outside to get a clear signal. And then from here, PoE, that means power over Ethernet. This will power the Starlink. I don't need a separate power bank or a plug or anything. This device here powers the Starlink through the same cable that delivers the internet. Awesome. And then when you turn it around, you have the power plug, so you plug it in an on and off switch. But this LAN port right here, you'd want to get one of these. And this is a travel router. Now Starlink does have a router that you can get, and there is a router built into the Mini, but it's very basic. And this one opens up a whole lot of possibilities. This is the only router that I will use that I travel with. This is more expensive than the Starlink one, but it's well worth it, especially if you travel. You can also use this in your home, but it's very small and compact compared to the Starlink, which is a little bit bigger than this. But so for instance, let's say you go on a cruise and they make you pay for Wi-Fi for each individual device. Well, with this, you pay Wi-Fi for this device, and then you could share it with everyone else, but only paying one charge. There's a lot of other things you can do with it, but these things are great. Check it out. If you want me to make a video, let me know. But this video is not about this. But yes, you can get this, and this is powered over USB-C, so I can plug this into here. So everything is run through here and powered, and I only have one power cable. It is a little loud because it's got two fans on the top, but if you have it, tucked away in a corner or wherever, you're fine. It's not blazingly loud, but say you had a fan on low in your house, that's the same what you would hear on here. But yes, I can have this outside. Sometimes I run it through like a window or my door and just close the door. The Ethernet cable's small enough to fit through a crack in the door. And then I'll have the Starlink posted up outside somewhere that has a good signal. This will be in my house. I just have one cord running to the Starlink because, again, I said it's powering it and I'm getting the internet through the same cable. This thing, I love it. It's great. I use it all the time. So these next two pieces go hand in hand. So this first one right here, this is designed to keep the weather away from the Starlink and from the end of the Ethernet cable. So how this works is, right here you can see that it has the waterproof rings. This part you plug into the Starlink, and then here, this is a tube that's weatherproof. It's sealed, so it keeps the connection at the end of the Ethernet cable protected as well. So all of this will not be exposed to rain or snow, whatever. Like right now, no issues. But trust me, when you have this just sitting out in the snow or something like that, or the rain, you don't want any of those electronic connections getting wet. Now, this next piece is just an adapter, and it just connects two Ethernet cables together. Now, of course, you want to use this outside, but for just like a day like this, no real rain or anything like that, it's not wet, I don't have a problem with it. Or if it's in the house, this is a great little adapter. Now, I do have one on order that's weather sealed, and it goes around both connections and it seals them tight. I'll actually show that one. But this worked really well as well, because the problem is I never have the right length cable that I need, and I don't want to have to buy a 50-foot cable. If I have two 25-foot cables, that'll work just fine. So that's it. I hope this helps. If you want to purchase any of these products, links will be below in the description. And if you like what you saw, check out some of my other videos. And if you think this will help somebody else, send it to them. Take care.